by takedown here on the Bellator Champions Series. See Tim Wilde, 6 years older. Both look so good on the scales and not a great deal in the arm reach, the leg reach. Well, a big advantage there for Tim Wilde. Can he use it? Here's the keys to victory, presented by Element.
Okay, Marc Diakiese sets up his kicks. He's very, very good with his kicks, but he can't throw them cold. Counter-punching will emphasize his speed and his reaction times, and then wrestling against the fence if he needs to, if he wants to slow Tim Wilde down. On the other side, Tim Wilde building pace. First round's good, second round's better, third round is where he dominates. Front kicks to the body to keep his opponents away and sap the gas tank, and then force a striking battle. If Diakiese wants to wrestle, do not let him.
Stop.
You ready? You ready?
Tim Wilde from Wolverhampton in the black. The heavily tattooed right leg and back and left arm.
Look at this.
Yep.
The speed with that lead hand from Marc Diakiese. Man, he can move so fast.
And the leg straight out from Diakiese.
And the stat nobody talks about that I want to when it comes to Wilde. Yeah, 17 wins, gone the distance 9 times. He can walk you down. He can win a long, difficult, grueling fight that doesn't start out his way. Against Mike Hamill, he was losing early, came back and got the knockout late. He has grit.
If I'm in Tim Wilde's corner, I'm telling him to expect this first round to be the most challenging. If he can get ahead in this first round, even if it's just psychological, he'll be able to get better as the fight goes on. What he doesn't want is to allow Diakiese to do what he wants and to dominate in the center.
These two have circled around each other's careers for a long time, knowing that one day they would meet in the cage.
That's a good point. Remember, guys, this is a small community still. Right? If you're from the same place, you claim the same city, all the sparring stories you're going to hear about the other person, the training stories about their strengths and weaknesses, aren't a lot of secrets these days.
They're more experienced now, the pair of them. Who has the edge so far now?
Well, those body kicks from Diakiese are really good. Even though they're landing on the forearm of Tim Wilde, they're forcing him to pull that arm close to his body, and they're going to slow that arm down, very much like Canelo did against Billy Joe Saunders. Damage the arm. But you can see Tim Wilde's now starting to find his range. He got a good low kick off. He feinted it again there. I think Tim's now starting to find his rhythm after 2 minutes in.
Yeah, lovely jab there from Tim Wilde. Diakiese switching it up. Looking to find the distance, judge the distance.
Those leg kicks from Wilde, you want to slow down the more explosive, athletic fighter. Good strategy in the beginning.
Nice lateral movement there from Tim Wilde, but a good low kick there from Diakiese to take that movement away. Body kick returns.
Good defense, Diakiese. Incredibly athletic, isn't he?
Man, but both of these guys are very well conditioned. Whoa! Good thing he chopped his toenails this morning. That might have landed. That was so close.
Both guys acknowledged it. A lot of respect in there so far.
Yeah, I think that was the story before they met. There's no bad blood.
Oh, nice.
Is that another groin low blow?
Hey, look at that. Tim turned to Diakiese and he said, did it? Like, did it really land it?
Did it.
We've had 2 so far tonight, which were obvious.
I want you against that cage right there.
Diakiese looks all right.
Ref is checking the replay on this one.
We're going to have a look at the replay.
They do have replay tonight. Mike Mazzulli's in charge, told me they have replay.
Here we go, let's have a look at this.
Get the crowd reaction.
Oh, I don't know, I think so. Oh, no, he said go on. He said let's go.
It may have grazed the cup a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes when you kick below the belt, it doesn't necessarily need to land on the cup to dislodge the cup. Hey, body kick again. Tim was just starting to find his rhythm, and that break has allowed Diakiese to fire himself back up again.
Mixing it up more. Diakiese in there.
That lead leg that Tim Wilde's working, I like the patience of it, and it's forcing Diakiese to switch southpaw sometimes. Every time Diakiese goes back orthodox, expect that lead leg to be exposed. There's some swelling above the knee on the left leg as well. You can see just to the outside.
Little bump, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, that's from one of those low kicks of Tim Wilde.
Diakiese aiming high with his kicks, not going to the leg, but going to the ribs on the right side.
Yeah, that's reddened as well. Good spot on the leg of Diakiese and the left side of the body of Tim Wilde.
And watch for the switch high kick off that. You get an opponent thinking about ribs over and over and over again. That's when you go high.
Diakiese's tried a few tricks, hasn't he? Hasn't quite landed them. Minute to go of the first. Diakiese the slight favorite on the live odds.
He's got to start setting his kicks up a little more. The fact that Diakiese's fast means that he tends to throw his kicks without setups, and they still land. But you can see Tim, with his karate background, he's able to read the hips and the feet and get himself out of range, or at least cover for the kick, so he's not getting caught with the blunt of force. Good takedown offense there from Tim Wilde. Drops his level, but Diakiese stayed in on it. Drived into the fence.
Oh, nice lift and takedown.
Step straight over to mount. Wow.
Beautiful center corner.
Big mistake from Wilde, giving up the mount late.
Great end to the round from Diakiese.
This is where Diakiese's new wrestling skills really come into play. We've seen him in his most recent fights. Used to be a pure striker, but now he's able to put people on the floor and dominate.
And he put that round to bed there, I think.
Leg takedown and the mount. Cannot allow your opponent to advance that easily. Great body kicks from the start for Diakiese. I like the movement from Wilde. There was the spinning kick. See it right here, a little wheel kick. The toes just glancing off the eye.
Fine margins.
So, yeah. Couple inches either way, it's a different, but look at the easy mount. You cannot allow this with seconds left to go in the round.
And it was tough. Troubled youth, street fights, all sorts of court appearances, real problem. But the discipline of MMA saved him.
It sounds to me, oh, check that kick. Diakiese laughed at him. It seems to me like Tim Wilde's corner are trying to get him to throw to the body to bring the hands of Diakiese down so he can come back up to the head with a hook or a power punch. There it is.
Odds would suggest Diakiese took the first round. Wilde with work to do here.
And then we're going to see Tim go back to the body, come back up with the left hook here. That right hand was a setup for the following strike. I think he's playing on the reactions of Diakiese to drop his hands.
You can hear the Diakiese corner from over here, can't you?
You can. That was a lovely shot again. Really well defended by Tim to a point, but Diakiese stayed in on it, changed his angle.
Beautiful timing on it. Allowed him to get right in on the hips. I was refusing to let Wilde off the hook.
Some knees to the legs here. Can we get the mat return by Diakiese? He's trying to get that clock turning forward, force him to base out, but Tim Wilde's balance is great.
No, go, right, no, fight on.
Ref says no.
Fight on, hit you in the leg.
Referee doesn't see it, it didn't happen.
I think unfortunately if you cry wolf one time and you get caught.
That's it, you're noted.
Good control here by Diakiese, using his head position. You can see that red mohawk driving into the side of Tim Wilde's head. Great hips by Tim, look at that, creates some space. Is he gonna get the outside reap here, Diakiese? It looks like he's setting it up, now he's in on the legs.
Good double leg transition back to the single leg. Man, he's spending a lot of gas trying to get this takedown.
Man, I'd be thinking about a jumping triangle here, Jimmy.
Risky, but why not go for it?
Yeah, why not? My wrestling sucks, I might as well try something, right?
Genki Sudo here in the UK.
Oh, dude.
Brawl in the Royal Albert Hall, if you remember that one.
Oh, yeah.
Lee Remados went right for the fine triangle.
Royal Albert Hall to the Over Arena tonight. 2.5 left. in the second round.
Good takedown there by Diakiese. Bounced him off the fence, pulled him away from the fence. You can see Tim trying to build up, trying to get his feet on the fence or an arm, trying to build something so he can kick off.
That red mohawk is in touching distance of you, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's right in front of us. He's doing the right things. He's putting that physical pressure down, trying to stay chest to chest. Call it a pressure pass in this half guard position.
Potential arm triangle set up here for Diakiese if he can get to the other side of Tim Wilde's body. I think he knows it as well.
Dan, you can really feel the physicality up close and personal.
Think an arm triangle now. Now he's staying in full mount. Diakiese, nice transition here.
Great round this for Diakiese.
Now you can see Diakiese trying to get underneath one of those arms with his head so he can set up the arm triangle. Tim's trying to scramble. He's got to be careful he doesn't expose his back.
Gotta appreciate this kind of slow burn of Diakiese. Keeping the pressure on. That's what opens everything else up on the ground.
Yeah, he's looking strong here, Diakiese. Tim's not doing a great deal to build back up here. He's working striking defense more than anything.
Are you surprised how strong he looks here, Diakiese?
I'm not really, I'll be honest. I'm surprised that Tim's not doing more to try and unpick the position and get himself to build up. The danger here, as you can see, is Diakiese's forced him to turn over and put his knees down, which means his back is exposed. Now that's a tentative near side hook and Tim can certainly escape it, but he's got to do the right things, otherwise Diakiese's going to stay clamped onto him.
It doesn't seem, from what I'm seeing so far, that Wilde expected this kind of fight. You talk about his inability to really shrimp and get his hips back. I don't think he spent a lot of time on it. I think he thought this would be a stand-up battle. Diakiese showing those well-rounded skills.
Well, he's outthought him tactically and outfought him so far here. Marc Diakiese, bone crusher. And that's sort of what he's doing in the second round.
There's the 10-second sound. A much better round here for Diakiese.
Yeah, Diakiese, no doubt, very happy. The Diakiese corner.
And look at the timing on this double leg. This is a guy who never spent time on a Division I mat. So what does he have to do? He has to have timing on his takedowns. He's not going to power anyone. Doesn't really have the experience. It's the timing on his takedown that has been so impressive to me. Once they're on the ground, look at the heavy hips, looking for that pressure pass. Easy step over into mount. And you're making Tim Wilde carry all of that weight. Diakiese has never let him off the hook.
And he's only got 5 minutes to do something about it.
Remember, he did it against Mike Hamill in a fight he was losing, got the head kick knockout. That was his last win.
8-time Bellator veteran against the 15-time UFC veteran. Look at those live odds now. It's all Diakiese.
And Diakiese, bad sign if you're Wilde. He still has a lot of activity with his movement, bouncing with his steps. He doesn't look to be physically fatigued.
I think Diakiese's feeling that fatigue a little bit here. He's allowing Tim Wilde to push forward a bit too much, which is really where Tim wants to be in this fight. Dominating the center so he's got space to sprawl if he needs to.
But I like the way Diakiese keeps moving, just like it keeps angling.
I think we're going to see that head kick in a minute from Tim Wilde. I think he's going to feint to the body and come up high with that right leg.
Just looks at the referee there, Wilde.
Here's the shot to the body again. He's a clever striker, is Tim Wilde. And we know how he can recover himself in the last round if he needs to.
And he does need to.
Oh, spinning back kick. A little bit too telegraphed. Nice little step out, and that leg kick looked like it hurt Diakiese for a moment.
Every time Diakiese feints that takedown, he gets that reaction from Wilde. He has Wilde in a position where he has to do maybe a little too much on the feet.
Good takedown defense there from Tim Wilde. Oh!
Committing to that overhand right.
That's brought up a lump on the side of Marc Diakiese's eye as well. You can see that swelling straight away.
Better from Wilde here. 3 to go in this Wilde Diakiese matchup.
Clever footwork here by Wilde.
Diakiese not really answering back, not really able to keep Wilde back with the jab or the leg kick. Went for the leaping hook there.
I think Tim Wilde is going to be kicking himself if he doesn't pick up the pace here.
Oh, good shot.
Great shot from Wilde.
Caught him to the body as he was coming in.
And again, best moments of the fight so far for Tim Wilde.
Waiting for that takedown here. He's got to be careful he's not getting feinted onto a power shot by Diakiese.
And again looks for the right hand.
Beautiful takedown offense.
2 minutes left.
Gets his head in position, sprawls away, makes his legs unreachable for Diakiese.
Just a big gulper there from Diakiese. Wilde has time.
Taking some really deep breaths is Diakiese. That leg's hurting. Been forced to switch to southpaw. Superman punch.
He looks totally in control now, Tim Wilde.
He's going high here.
Diakiese looks exhausted. Starting to bend up, he's starting to hunch over.
Wilde could do with another round, but he hasn't got it. He's got a minute 15. Is it all in this, Jimmy, on the cards?
It is all in this. Best he can do is a 10-8. Maybe get a draw here. We're not in that kind of territory yet. I think he needs to finish with 1 minute left. Diakiese right now, man, if he just put a lot into that second round. Last 5 minutes, he has done almost nothing except look for that counter takedown.
Tim goes for the kick again. He needs to set it up, though. Diakiese saw it coming.
Here comes Wilde, just over 40 seconds to get this big victory. But Diakiese almost certainly 2 up.
It's a much better round for Tim Wilde, though. It's amazing how much patience he's showing. I wonder whether he knows the urgency that's potentially in front of him.
If this was 5 rounds, Wilde would love it.
Absolutely.
But it's not. As we say in boxing, it's the sprint distance over 3. And Diakiese has had a terrible, terrible session. It's all Wilde in the 3rd, but is it too little, too late on the cards? Is it 29-28 all the way through?
We'll find out in a minute. We have our opinions. I'd say it's finished.
Gun to your head, Dan Hardy, who won?
Man, I feel like Diakiese may have taken the 1st and 2nd. I feel like it was a really strong showing of Tim in that 3rd round to come back, but I just don't know as he did enough in either of the first 2 rounds to be able to get the fight on the scorecard.
Good right hands. Tried to finish strong, and
ladies and gentlemen, we go now to your judges' scorecards for the decision. All 3 judges, Kerry Hatley, David Letherby, and Daryl Ransom, all have it exactly the same. I'll have it 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Marc "Bone Crusher" Diakiese.